Join us as we ride the Trans-America Trail through Mississippi. In today's video, we go through an enchanted forest. Good morning, everyone. Hey, yesterday we went from Corinth, Mississippi to New Albany, Mississippi. It was only about 100-mile tap miles, and we skipped a tail end of that because of our mud situation. Today we're going to be going from New Albany, Mississippi to Batesville, Mississippi. It's about another 100-mile stretch, and hopefully we won't have any of that mud this time around, because that'll really slow us up. We'll have to go around if that's the case. And today it turned really cold. Yesterday, so far all the weather has been pretty decent except for the rain that we had, but today it's a real cold snap. So we'll see how today goes.
Well, we're off and at 'em for another great day. Yesterday was Red Mud Day, today's not. See you later.
Today as we head out, we ride southwest again through the back roads of Mississippi. A lot of this will be pavement today, but some of it will be some really interesting gravel back roads. This house caught our eye because it was really a unique house. Unfortunately, it sat too far off the road for us to be able to get good video of it. I don't normally stop and turn around to film something, but in this particular case, I really wanted to. I found something really unique tucked behind the branches here alongside the road. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is an old steam engine sitting back in there, and I just thought this was really cool. But the only time you see these anymore is at fairs where they've been restored and they have them on display. This was a cool farmstead. A sign showed that this road was closed, and we talked to a local, and to get around this road closing we would have had to go on 26 miles. And he thought we might be able to get through on the motorcycles, so we decided to go through here and see if we could get through. The road was just dirt, there was nothing fancy about it, and they were putting in some new bridges. What was kind of unique about this is that in one location the soil that went up to the new bridge stopped about 6 inches lower than the edge of the concrete. But our adventure bikes rolled right over that with no problem. And it just shows you how easily these bikes can go over obstacles. Something unique about these bridges is that the expansion joints were longitudinal to the bridge, and I don't really see that anywhere else
in bridge construction, so it was really kind of interesting. It made me wonder whether that they were precast portions, but a good portion of the bridges here in Mississippi were like this. Another thing that seemed pervasive here in Mississippi is these ivy vines. They were all over the sides of the road and the trees. I've already mentioned that Mississippi had some similarities to West Virginia, and you can see that here. We went through a lot of impoverished areas that were pretty run down. It's a shame because the landscape is absolutely beautiful. After a while, you get used to these single lane roads, but you still have to be very, very careful because there's barely enough width on them for a vehicle to pass in a motorcycle. Once again, Sherry finds something interesting while we're stopped. Check out that address post. This planted forest has kind of an eerie look to it, doesn't it? Our ride today took us through Holly Springs National Forest, game management areas, and I believe some state forest areas. So we did many, many miles that were gravel through these forested areas. For the most part, these gravel areas were all in pretty good shape, though we did get into some sand later on. It was in this section, it had all kinds of intersecting gravel roads, and they were all labeled as county roads, I believe, if my recollection serves me correctly. But you really had to pay attention here to make sure you were on the right road. This particular road got narrower and narrower, and you could see that it was a seldom used road compared to the other gravel roads. Here we are in the Enchanted Forest. All these vines just made almost like a movie set type of look to it, otherworldly movie set. We're getting close to Granada, but we have one more technical road to tackle yet. It was really difficult because it was sandy there. This gravel road took us back into an area where it started to get real sandy and you were going uphill. And I found myself in a situation where I buried the front end of Sumo in probably about 10 inches of deep sand, and down I went. Unfortunately, we didn't get that on video, but because you're climbing uphill, you just could not go very fast because there were sharp turns, and it just made it difficult. Luckily, Sherry and Roy both were able to walk their bikes through that section and had no further incident. Well, we're really closing in on the end of the day's ride here as we hit the pavement and the highways that take us into Granada. We found a really nice place to stay for the evening.
Wow, what a day we had today. It was chilly. I don't think the temp ever got above about 60 degrees most of the ride today. And unlike yesterday where the mud got us, today it was the deep sand. Sumo and I took a little bit of tumble in some deep sand, and because I went down, Sherry and Roy were able to avoid it and didn't go down, thank goodness. But we had another spot where we had to walk the bikes through. Unfortunately, I wasn't filming at the time, and neither was Sherry, so we didn't get it on film. And we just picked Sumo up real quick, and we walked the bikes through the bad area and got going again. Well, I hope you like what we got on video today. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Goes Hubba to get a wing nut. Please be careful. Here's my end of day. We're in Grenada, Mississippi. We had fun in the sand today, so the Mississippi mud and the Mississippi sand have kicked our butts. My ankle's still a little swollen. I'll show you. But Advil works fantastic with it, and I haven't had any problems. So anyway, I wanted to show you some more vines. It's in the back of our hotel. I think they're cool, though I think they're taking over. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.